Hi, I'm Sides. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special video for you. I went around and toured home studios in LA in one day. I wanted to see how many home studios I can go to in one day. And I went to 6 studios in one day. Each of these home studios, all of them are home studios, are wildly different from each other. Here we go. Vroom, vroom. First studio of the day was Blond In Car. Blond In Car has taken the internet by storm. If you haven't seen her videos, they are amazing. She is the coolest lady in town. I really enjoyed checking out her home studio. Here's a quick tour.
This is all my little outboard stuff. I have my distressor, I have my preamp, and all of the power, and this drummer is just because I bought it because it was a good deal, and it doesn't help me at all, and I should get rid of it. It adds one more link.
Does anybody want to buy a drum?
I know, for pennies
deal.
on the dollar. Here are my beautiful, gorgeous barefoot speakers that I'm not worthy of. I got them on Craigslist. So I have my Apollo. I have my computer with my Logic, but I don't like a dusty keyboard.
And it's Native Instruments.
Native Instruments, and I don't use any of this, but it's just it's just good weighted.
And what is something in the studio you can't live without? One thing.
My Omni!
Yes!
My Omni cord! This has become, you know, and it's funny because when I bought my Omni cord, I originally, I used to sort of be a little less careful about it. I would take it everywhere and stuff like that. Now it's become very precious to me, and I know how hard they are to fix. So I really treasure it, and I'm very proud that I have such a beautiful Omni cord. I love my Omni cord.
What is your least favorite thing about the studio?
The noise pollution, but that's all of LA. I don't know where you go because I have friends that live in remote places, and then I'll be over at their place working, and we'll go like, oh my God, leaf blower. The leaf blowers, it's not in my studio, but it is always around. I hate leaf blower. People don't think noise pollution. Noise pollution is real.
Okay, and what's a plugin you use on every track?
Melodyne.
Yeah, that's okay. Is that a plugin you use on every track?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What advice do you have for people starting out?
Crucial. If they're starting out as songwriters, don't try to write a good song. Try to write a bad song. Expect it to be bad. Tell yourself, I'm going to write the worst song today. I'm going to write the worst song I can today. Completely alleviate yourself of any pressure for it to be good. Expect it to be bad and just go to where the fun feels like it might be.
Well, thank you for showing us your
space. Is that everything? Oh my God.
The vibes here are immaculate. I felt like I was in a museum, and the energy was just so cool, mostly because of her, but also because of the place. I really enjoyed getting to tour this home studio and getting to hang out with Blond In Car. 10 out of 10. The second studio that we went to was in the Valley. Mirakill. I can't wait to show you this home studio. Let's go.
Hey little cuties, my name's Mirakill and I'm here with Sides, and we're about to go into my studio, take a look around, see what I've got, see what I love, see what I hate, and everything in between.
I'm so excited.
And here we have it. This is it. Here we are.
It's so clean. It's so fresh and so clean.
Oh, thank you. Don't look in there. This is a hoarder's
All right,
paradise.
well, show us around. Show us around.
Okay. I mean, this is my output desk. I love it. I was searching for this for so long, and I finally found one on Facebook Marketplace. So I was so hyped to get this. So I bought this used, and I love it. It's so perfect. And yeah, I've got my preamp, my compressor, my interface, my mic. I use my Shure SM7B when I'm doing like screaming vocals or demo vocals. I've got my Warm Audio WA8000, which is a replica of a Sony C800. Love this mic. I use it for all of like my final vocals. And yeah, this is sort of my main space and I love it. And then this is usually where my guests sit. It's a very small studio, so they'll hang out here if we're writing together or listening. And then my partner, Nicole, is usually at this desk, which has a lot of stuff on it right now, but usually it's nice and clean for her, and she'll just like be producing here, or we'll sort of jump back and forth between the two desks. And then we've just got some synths and MIDI controllers, MIDI keyboards here. And yeah, I've got all like my cool lights set up that are connected to an app on my phone, so I can just very quickly switch the vibe if I want to.
What is something that you can't live without?
I would say my mic. It was such a game changer. I got it last year, and I feel like it's just made such a huge difference in my setup. So it's the Worm Audio WA8000. Highly recommend. I love it. It's just so nice for like either rapping, singing, talking. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's such a great mic.
What is your favorite plugin?
I would say AutoTune Pro for sure. I use it all the time. But also SoundToys. There's so many great SoundToys plugins. I love Decapitator, Little Altar Boy. I'm blanking, but yeah, I usually like to add those on to add some extra like crunch to screaming vocals.
What is your favorite thing you've written here?
Sweat. My
Can
song
you play
Sweat.
Us? Can you play us?
Oh. Okay, ready.
Excuse me. Notice me. I wanna drink your sweat. Obsessed. Rolling down my neck. Working on my mindfulness. I can't control my breath. I'm wet. Upset. We haven't even met. Wanna sink my teeth in to make sure you won't forget. I'm a molecule, a crumb. I'm wrapped around your thumb. Chew me up and spit me out. I'll thank you when you're done. I'm numb. I guess I kinda thought you were the one. You shouldn't run away. Our souls become one. Pick me, I'm feeling.
What advice would you give somebody building their first studio?
If you're building your first studio, don't break the bank. I would say just get what you can afford. Start with some very basic gear. Learn the basics. Watch some tutorials. Watch some sides, right? Start out with a DAW that you feel comfortable with. And also, yeah, get used to like recording yourself, I think. I think it's really beneficial, especially if you're doing vocals, to learn how to just engineer yourself and kind of like run back and forth. That's been helpful for me because I'm really shy working with other people and I get really anxious if I'm like sitting next to someone recording vocals. So I think that's been really beneficial. So maybe try to engineer yourself and kind of run back and forth and record and just learn your DAW, learn how to record the basics.
Love going to Mirakill Studio. Check out her music. Now we're moving on to the third studio of the day. This studio is a real treat. We're going to DataChild Studio. DataChild is famous on the internet for her flea market finds. Yes, she goes to flea markets every weekend in LA and finds the coolest gear under the sun. So getting to tour her studio was amazing. Check it out. DataChild, thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
What's behind the curtain?
My studio, let's go.
Woo!
Yay! Come on. Welcome to my home studio. This is where all my incredible gear is, and most of it is from the flea market or secondhand in some variety.
Yeah, and that's like your claim to fame.
I guess so. I love the flea market. I love the audio and musical finds at the flea market.
Show us some of your finds.
Sure. I like to have these set up just ready to go at any time. We've got this Roland TR8, this Korg R3 vocoder. I just got this, and Roland XP30. All of these are from the flea market, and I have them all going through this cool Phoenix Audio Theta, so I can have them hooked up and ready to record at all times, which is really nice. I got my Omnicord, which is one of my absolute favorite pieces of gear. I got this one on Marketplace, and I mean, it's one of the originals. So this is from like 1980, I believe, and it's really cool because it's brown, but you don't see those a lot, so I love them. Got all of my preamps over here, obviously. Have my Telefunken mic set up. This is the M80, the teal one. And that one is ready to go for like demos, any sort of recording on the go whenever I just want to record something. And then I've also got another Telefunken over here. This is a TF11. So I'm kind of a Telefunken fan. Not gonna lie, I love them. Then we got some more gear, lots of Casio.
Oh, we got the new Omnicord.
Yes, new Omnicord. We've got my telephone microphone. I can talk a little bit more about that as well. This is a really cool piece of gear that I just got as well. This phone organ, another flea market find, and just lots of cool gear.
What is your favorite thing in the room that is not musical?
So the coolest thing that I have in my studio that's not music related is my DataChild sign. This is a gift from one of my students. I used to be a professor at Berkeley. I love this so much. It means so much to me. I think it's super cute. So.
Wait, how did you come up with the name DataChild?
So I've been using this name as a producer for like a lot of years, and it started when I released my first single when I was living in the UK, and I had an ex-boyfriend who said, "How does it feel to release your DataChild into the world?"
Oh, I love it.
And I thought, oh, that's such a cool name. I'm gonna put that as my producer name, and then I won a remix competition using that name, and then it just stuck, and I've been DataChild ever since.
She's the DataChild.
I am. I'm the only one.
What's your favorite song you created in here?
One of the most recent songs that's come out is a song called 20. It's got like 3 Nicaraguan artists on it.
Can you play us a clip?
Yeah.
Ella se quiere rifar, sabe que si se rifa. Ella se quiere rifar, sabe que si se rifa. La baby quiere conmigo nada más. Ella sabe que el Nica le da más. Fuimos de rumba, nos vamos a San Juan y amanecimos dando sin parar.
Vení por la casa que yo pongo la bicha. La media de joyita y cubeta de toña. La lleva para el cuarto y me pide la pipa.
What's your favorite piece of gear in the whole spot?
My favorite piece of gear, besides the Omnicord, this is coveted. I love this thing.
Okay.
But I would also have to say it's this.
Your
telephone. Yeah. So what it is it's like an actual flea market telephone. I love it because it's orange too. But it's been converted into a microphone, so it really records just like a telephone. So it sounds like it. Super fun. I love this thing. I've used it on a bunch of different tracks, including 20 that you just heard.
Hello, I'm calling for sides. What's up, DataChild? I've got a really cool piece of gear for you. Is it an orange telephone? How did you know? 'Cause I have eyes.
What's your least favorite thing about this studio?
This is an old apartment. There's no central AC. It's hot. It's hot right now. Anytime you want to record, you gotta turn that kind of mobile AC off, and it's way too hot.
Yeah.
I hate that. I wish it was cooler in here. I mean, it's cool aesthetically.
Yeah.
It is not cool in terms of temperature.
Got you. What plugin do you use all the time?
I gotta be honest with you. I love vintage stuff. It's gotta be RC20. I use it on everything.
I love it too.
Unapologetically. Love it. Not afraid of noise, not afraid of like vintage warble, any of that type of stuff. I love it. So always RC20.
Since she's the flea market queen, meaning she goes every weekend?
Yeah.
Every weekend to the flea market, hunts it down, hunts, fishing for her favorite finds. What is the last thing, what's your last recent treasure?
I got you.
Okay.
It's weird. It's cool. It's everything I love. And it's this. It's a phone organ or fawn organ. I'm not even really sure how to say it, but it plays 45s. It's got a mic with it as well if you want to sing along. Absolutely. So yeah, let's just start this record and you can play along.
DataChild had some of the coolest gear I have ever seen. And moving on to the next studio, we are going to Zeale Studio. Zeale is an incredible artist, producer, finger drummer, content creator. Super excited to check out his space. Vibes! Okay, show us around.
Okay, so this is obviously the where I steered the ship. Monitor, MacBook running Ableton or a few other DAWs or video editing apps. We have a bunch of MIDI controllers and drum machines and small synthesizers. Use a lot of Roland stuff. I also use Novation and some Teenage Engineering. Pretty simple KRK, speakers there, Slate M1 microphone, Apollo Twin, love Universal Audio.
Everyone's been in Apollo Twin today.
Have they? Yeah? Okay.
That's what I used to.
And a stack of hard drives, some lighting here. These are mainly used for video stuff, but I also just use them to kind of create a vibe in here. Dilettante, gotta have that. Whiteboard so I know what the hell's going on. And then behind you is a gear closet. that's gonna have some audio stuff for when I play out live, but also some video tools that I use, so just monitors, additional lenses, things like that. And that's, yeah, some more mics up there. That's pretty much it for this space. It's small, but I love it. It's just really designed for me to like relax and like zone out from the world and make stuff.
What is your favorite thing in here that does not have anything to do with music?
Favorite thing in here that has nothing to do with music is this whiteboard. Because this whiteboard keeps me on target, it keeps me focused and organized.
Where'd you get that?
So I just bought this on Amazon, but that's just like a
music stand?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
and it just like fits right on there.
What is something in here that you cannot live without? Like one piece, other than like the computer?
I mean, I would say the Slate M1, honestly. Like, I'm primarily a vocalist, like I do produce some, but it sounds like terrible video game beats. So mainly what I do is vocals, so I rap, do some melodic stuff. So the M1 is like my go-to mic, and I actually take it with me when I go back to Austin to use in that studio as well. Just because, I mean, I like the like neutral balance sound on it. And then I was running through this guy, so I mean, it's kind of a combo, right, for me.
I love your desk. Did you like build this, or what's the deal with this desk?
Yes, so this is how you avoid paying $1,000 plus for a studio.
I love it.
This is literally, if you shoot from underneath, you'll see that it's not completed. But this is just plywood from Home Depot. Then I took this board, I think it's pin board, I forget the title of it. But I wood glued it here. I cut the wood at my old place where I used to live. I had like saws and stuff. And then I ordered this stand from Amazon for like 80 bucks. So this whole thing was maybe $200.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite thing you created in here?
Probably this like new thing that I've been building on Ableton, where it's kind of like a freestyle deck for me.
Cool.
I call it a jam deck, but basically I have a bunch of drum loops and melodic loops that I trigger when I do shows, or if I just have a creative session, or if I have friends over and they want to like freestyle and sing.
Can you play something for us?
Absolutely. I can.
I can freestyle.
Can you?
Ready? Check, 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Wanna go slow? Nah, I have to go.
Running hot. Give me something not.
Okay, that's all I got.
Do you want me to help you out?
Yeah, you got
Okay.
it. Take it from there.
Give me something not. I just study every plot. Yeah, like I read a book. When I heat it up, it's hot. Hands free, can't tempt me on standby. Demands fly. Grab the microphone and handle guys. They don't wanna rap with me. I cause that tragedy, inner turmoil. Anytime I cook the beat and boil, I wrap it up in some foil. Harley Davidson, but we don't ride a bike yet. Motorcycle prototype, they know me. I get hype, yes. Zeale on the beat, you know I get down. Hit them with them sounds like.
What is your least favorite thing about this space?
Least favorite thing is that I haven't treated the room. So like you can hear like there's a reverb and echo.
Well, you have the Chaotic eyeball, which treats the mic.
It does, but you're still getting reflections that are hitting off the wall and ceiling and still coming back into it. I've tried like a few different things, but ultimately I just need to get sound panels in here, so that's next.
Thank you for showing us around.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Besides, appreciate you.
Now moving on to the fifth home studio of the day. This is Brian Lee White of Finishing Move Inc. If you play video games, you've definitely heard his music. He's done a lot of Halo soundtracks and many other ones. Let's check it out.
Come in.
Dun 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 dun. This is crazy. So first things first, everything is treated, or like properly treated.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So when I bought this house, I wanted to do an actual proper studio build and like finally get, you know, a real acoustician involved, a real, you know, like an architect that could give me advice on the size of the room and things like that. And so I worked with Jake Hoffman. He's in the Valley. He's designed a lot of cool studios here in LA. And I just said, hey, like, you know, this is what I have to work with. This is a garage that I converted, and you know, I said, where should I put a wall? Like, how do I make it like a golden ratio, and what kind of treatment will I need for this ceiling height and stuff like that? And he basically spec'd everything out, and you know, I wanted to do it all kind of built in, so custom, so not have to buy, you know, kind of like off the shelf stuff. You'll notice like the bass traps are extra huge. Those are, I think they're almost like 4 feet wide. So that's not something you could buy. This is also custom. This is 12 by 8.
Whoa.
That's probably the biggest cloud I've seen in a while. That was really hard to actually.
Fun fact. I used
up.
to think when they would call it a cloud, it was actually they were gonna put
like
it
was
in a
gonna
cloud.
be cloudy. Yeah, it was gonna have like a
like puffy. Okay, sick. Do you want to show us around? Like.
Yeah, I mean, it's really primarily what I'm doing is composing, and so I'm not doing a lot of sessions with people in here. So it's a one-room space. I don't have like a vocal booth or anything like that. It's mostly just needs to be comfortable for me. To work. And the biggest, you know, my biggest priority was, you know, great monitoring, great acoustics, and just really flexible workflow.
Is this desk custom too with the piano in it, or is this a thing?
The desk is made by Argosy, but the insert here is custom, and it's a fun story about that. Is the idea came from Argosy, and they had built one person a custom desk like this.
Dang.
And so I bought this desk, and I said, can you give me the parts? And they're like, no, we're never going to do that again. And so I don't know whether it was like hard or weird. They just said no. And so basically my brother's a cabinet maker, and I gave him the dimensions to essentially like create this insert. And the dope for, you can buy these, just the raw key beds that you can screw down into. Like all the composers in LA have this dope for key bed built into a custom desk kind of thing.
Oh, really? This is like a composer thing.
It's a composer thing, yeah.
What is your favorite thing in the studio that has nothing to do with music?
My friend Ryan gave me this this Post-it portrait of Ric Flair that this artist draws. He exclusively draws on Post-it notes.
Is it like $1 million?
No.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Okay, well, I gotta point out my favorite thing. This is Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Can we swipe it?
Yeah, swipe it.
Oh, what is it? Oh, just nothing.
It just, yeah.
Okay, so amazing. What advice would you give to somebody building their first studio?
Building your first studio. So one thing that I slept on for way too long was really learning about acoustics and doing my own measurement and actually using measurement microphones, and there's free software out there to see what your room is doing. For the first 10 years of my career, what I did was I put a bunch of treatment up because I would just read stuff and go, oh, you need treatment, you need bass traps, you need panels on the wall, and that's gonna make it sound better. You wanna deaden it. And it wasn't until I started actually like putting mics up in my room and going, oh my God, this is, wow, okay, like, this is a mess.
Yeah.
How do I figure this out? That piece of knowledge really just unlocked so much.
Can you play us your favorite thing you've written in here?
And let's see, let me pull something up. Yeah, this is all a Callisto Protocol. That's that game right there.
So you can tell that Brian has really invested a ton into this space. This was like a proper sound treated space, totally clean. We know that his tracks are fixed to perfection. Moving on to our 6th and final studio of the day. Let's watch Mike give a tour of his space. And this is our first outhouse. Is it called an outhouse?
Back house. Outhouse would be slightly different.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
All right, can you show us around? Tell us what you've got.
We'll go starting in this corner.
Okay.
This is a piano from the late 1800s that my friend Joe Lorge loaned me. Bunch of synths, keyboards, and stuff. All this stuff is wired into this fantastic Franklin device that, if you're watching this video, you have undoubtedly seen ads for. And then, all the headphones are wired across over here to make it easier for people, so I don't have to answer that many questions. And then, yeah, going around, a bunch of microphones. I'm entering my fancy mic era, and I'm leaving my lots of like
$200 mic.
a lot of outboard like effects. I used to have 3 H3000s, and now I have 2.
Okay. Wow.
So that's my
narrowing down. Yeah, this is crazy. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
all of this stuff.
Yes.
Are you using all of this stuff? Be honest.
To be honest, I kind of am.
How'd you learn all this?
I had a 1.8 GPA in high school, and I didn't get into any college, and I had, so I got into music, and I was like, wait, I enjoy this, I can kind of do this, and so just taught myself for the last like 15 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And do you play every instrument here?
I do. I've been working hard at drums since I just moved to the studio about 4 months ago. And now I have a kit to practice on, and so I've started playing. But bass, keyboards, and guitar are the primary thing. But I can play enough.
What is your favorite thing in the studio that's non-musical?
Non-musical in this room right now is got to be this chair.
I
think chairs are underappreciated when it comes to something you're, to the creative process.
Who's it by?
This is a Herman Miller Aeron chair. It is a decidedly fancy chair, but let me give you guys a tip. Go on Craigslist, any office, because most offices, for some reason, they all have this chair, and you'll find them.
Is that how you got it?
I didn't, but I should have. That's how I should have done it.
So what would be your #1 piece of advice to somebody building a studio for the first time?
Depends on what kind of studio, but I mean, if you have nothing, I know it's funny that it just says, if you have nothing and you're starting from scratch, UAD is really great.
UAD?
Yeah, like being fully in the console universe and stuff. If I had a very limited budget and I was building a studio from scratch, I would probably live in that universe. The other thing is, depending on budget, I know this can be, some people aren't big proponents of this. I'm a huge proponent of a room correction. I use the Trinov system, which changed the game for me. I used to use these Conics.
Because you mix professionally, right?
Yeah.
So it's really important.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing you mixed?
I mixed a song for Chapel Roan.
Which one?
Casual.
I know it.
Yeah.
Passengers.
Yeah.
But you also produce.
I do.
And what's your favorite thing you've created in this space?
I think it's this song. I was choosing between... Oh, actually, it has to be a song. I can't play the other one. This is a band, Garbage Barbie, that I've been working with for a while now. I love them. They're so good. And yeah. I grew up in Logic Pro, and I stayed in it. I tried to switch over to Pro Tools, but I thought that not being able, I'm going to get roasted for this, but if I wanted to make a bus, I had to create the track for the bus and change the routing to then create the bus and then change the routing, whereas Logic was just Command-Shift-G or whatever. And then I tried to switch into Ableton for a while, but I think you should go to jail if you don't have, a mixer window.
Period.
What are we doing? Make them. You have the clip view. You have it right there. Just change it from the little clips to plugins, and then you'll have the best DAW.
This space was totally cool. So that's it. That was the tour of LA. I took LA by storm. Actually, I did not. I just checked out a few studios. There were honestly so many home studios in LA that when I announced this video, I had so many people who were willing to give me a tour of their space. LA is crazy. There must be like the most home studios per square foot. Maybe Nashville might be more. I don't know. Which city should I do next? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.